Whiskey Lima, clear to South 20, left and golf to the ramp. Have a good day, American 399. Runway 35, 37, now 20. Wait, right, circle in, runway 35.
Coming to you live in Filmo sound. This is Runway DFW, live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport on this May 29th, May 29th, 2025. Welcome on in. We've got 3 hours of broadcasting for you here from what is usually one of the world's busiest airports. Did I say who I was? I'm Walt, and it's exhilarating to be up at this hour of the day. We're almost all alone here at Founders Plaza, but it'll fill up a little later. Thanks for joining us on Runway DFW.
Runway 3706 is...
Okay, we say good morning to our friends out there, Rohit Parkal, Marco Celli.
Clear to land, 1A right, runway 37.
Jennifer Rutherford is here with us. Hello to you, channel member. H. Dot says, what time did you get up, Walt? Must have been 4 a.m.-ish. Such dedication. Well, I live about an hour away, and I like to build in some time, and I wanted to take a shower first, so I got up at 3:30. But I did that for you, the Runway DFW viewers. And maybe I could take a nap later today. Our first arrival comes to us from Abilene, Texas. It's an Embraer 175. It's American Eagle, and I can't read the flight number. Sunrise is about a half hour away here, if I remember correctly. Let me check my sources. 6:20 is sunrise, so it's only about a little more than 15 minutes away. Ryan Paulding is surprised by our appearance today. We say hello to, let's see, what do we got here? Little Momo, hello from Orlando in Florida.
Alright, at Golf 8, cross 180 left, golf to the ramp, runway 35.
Channel member Brian Henry says good morning. And Gary Drentlaw greets us from Minnesota. Well, we've got another E-Jet on the horizon here. This one from Abilene, Texas. Flight 3706. I gotta move my phone a little closer to my eyeballs so I can see what's going on here.
Runway 3552, ILS 18 right. Clear to land 18 right on board 3552.
So another E-jet next, and that will be followed by our first big boy jet of the morning, Alaska Flight 576 from Seattle, 737-800. This next arrival, I'm not sure where it's coming from. I'd like to thank Marcy M., who has been a Twin Jet member now for 10 months. Good morning, Walt. Thanks for all you do. I'm glad you could hang out with us this morning, Marcy. We last did a morning show on Sunday, but we had had a later start time, an 8 a.m. start time. The reason we're starting earlier today, well, two reasons. One is, well, the main one is that I've got to go to my regular job, which I'm supposed to be at 9:30. Going to fudge it a little bit today. It's a virtual job, so I can work out of the nearest coffee shop, which I will be doing as soon as I pack things up. But that gives us a pretty firm 9 a.m. off time. And I know we'll miss some flights that will be coming in subsequent to our sign-off, but that's what happens when you work two jobs. So again, on Flight Radar 24, I don't have any information about even the flight number of this plane. Now, for those of you who are Trijet aficionados, we did have one come in while I was setting up, and there was another one already here of the UPS variety. Warren Rodriguez says, time for me to head to the office and adult. Yes. I guess that's one way of looking at it. Well, the situation here, as far as the conditions, it's overcast, 1,200-foot ceiling, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees in the Celsius range.
Roger, left turn echo, hold short, 18 left at
We say hello to Rebecca Rogers, who's new to the channel. Any chance you would want to come to San Antonio Airport on July 23rd to catch my takeoff, as I will be on Delta Airlines going from San Antonio to Atlanta and Atlanta to Charlotte that day. We have a nearby little bit of wildlife for you this morning. Hello. Now this one is just on the other side of the fence. Oh. Well, I think I know what was about to happen there. It's the Alaska Airlines plane we mentioned earlier, 737-800. So yes, a Coyote has made an early appearance with us. Now, usually they're on the other side of the security fence. Usually, this one was betwixt the quote temporary unquote fence here at Founders Plaza and the security fence. So anyway, Rebecca, I don't think I'll be able to go to San Antonio for your departure on that date. Although I hope you have a good trip.
Cleared across 18 left, golf to the ramp, envoy 35.
Alaska, another Alaska Airlines plane. We got them coming and going to Seattle. This is flight 543, a 737-900, and it's going to Seattle. Because of the overcastness today, we may not get much of a sunrise view, or it may be spectacular. Who knows? We'll find out together. Josh Aldrich says, "Where's the Roadrunner?" We have Roadrunners where I live. Wait a minute. Hold on just a second here. We've got the Coyote. Now, coming our way. Uh-oh. Looking for some leftovers here.
RNAV Park 18 left, clear takeoff Alaska 543.
Runway DFW's Wild Kingdom. Breakfast time. Is that another pizza? Now we had, on Sunday morning, we had Grackles eating pizza here. Now we've got a Coyote. If that's what that is, I can't tell. No. Tired of that. Investigating. Of course, coyotes and other animals are a concern for the flight operations team at any airport. They don't want them getting in the way of a jet plane.
Take up for Suncut 507. RNAV Lauren, clear for takeoff 18 left, Suncut 507.
I don't have anything for you, Canine of the Wild, so please don't come over here. I don't know what I would do. Beat you away with a tripod.
Good day, 543.
Sniffing around. People do leave food here. You know, there's picnic tables, as you can see, here at Founders Plaza. So there are leftovers to be had for the scavenger. Okay, I know we've got airplanes to see. We'll get back. I guess he's found a trove of something over there.
507, have a good day.
144.
On to the next conquest.
Up here, 53208, get to the ground, runway 17 right, taxi to the adult, and Yankee, countdown 0.65 on the Yankee bridge,
Kind of going out of my viewpoint now. Well, a little coyote action for you here on Runway DFW. And again, that's not unusual. But I think that's the first time I've ever seen one on this side of the fence. Usually we are contending with grackles. Yeah, a few trains that seems to be more interested in looking for food. But now my head is on a swivel, making sure that I don't start looking like food. Quality Mobile Video says, seems awfully hungry. And Snaffy Girl 777 says she's hungry for sure. Quality Mobile Video, or is it Mobile Video, says, good morning, Walt, from Los Angeles. Hello there. Mr. Phil says, meep meep. So we are awaiting our next action here. We don't have any, let's see. Walt picked a good time to be at DFW Airport. There's no departures, there's nothing coming in or going out right now. We can tell you that the top of the next hour we should be seeing the arrival, or just after the top of the next hour we should be seeing the arrival of Qatar Flight 731 from Doha. Next hour, Air Canada Cargo 767. Next hour, Cathay Pacific should be a 747 freighter from Miami. Next hour, almost close to the top of the 8 o'clock hour. The Japan Airlines A350-1000 from Haneda Airport. 8:20, Korean Air Flight 31 from Seoul. Should be a 787 Dreamliner. We've got that Air Canada Cargo going out at 8:40. We've got Emirates 777 coming in from Dubai at 8:42, and among other things. SO Rents, who is one of our Quad Jet channel members, with a cool sticker for us and a $2 super sticker. Thank you, SO Rents. A few trains that said, when I flew back yesterday, I wore my Runway DFW t-shirt. However, I noted that Finnair had canceled the flight. Oops. Rare. Well, it is particularly quiet here. We're out here just kind of hanging out. Right now we're hanging out with the grackles. The grackles they haven't yet started making a lot of noise yet. If we look over there, we see United plane. We see no, Frontier plane going over the bridge to the east side. It looks like a United plane is coming our way, perhaps with some action for us. United Flight 790 to San Francisco. That should be coming over this way for takeoff.
Tower, good morning, Envoy 4059, ILS 1 right.
Ah, we've got a plane coming in. It's going to be American Eagle Flight 4059 from Chattanooga in Tennessee. An Embraer 175. I see Gerard in the house. One of our mods, in addition to Gerard here with us this morning. I mean, yeah, Josh Aldrich is here and Gerard, our mods. And I know that Pittsburgh Don was here for a cup of coffee, but he had to go to work. There's Gerard, a big hello. for a big hello. Always glad to see Gerard. He's in the Netherlands, so we don't. When we do our night streams, our paths do not intersect very often because, well, you know, he's got to sleep. So, thank you, Gerard, for hanging out with us today. It's around midday in on the continent. Yeah, we've just got kind of a little slow start to things here today. Cheeto Productions, good morning. Have a wonderful morning stream. Thank you. We're going to give it a go. Here comes that United plane. We're going to peel away to get you all the excitement, all the action, all the sound and fury of an Embraer 175.
Tower Skyler 6252 with you on the island 188.
If you're new to Runway DFW, welcome. DFW Airport is the home of American Airlines and American Eagle. And their planes are predominant here, you will have noticed. So if I had my druthers, would we have a little more variety of airlines here? Well, yeah, but...
B Park, to Beacon Park, clear to line up away, runway 1 is left here.
Kind of make up for it in the fact that
clear for takeoff runway
we've got so much action here. Everything is almost... Now, the last 10 or 15 minutes exempted, but... Frontier flight number 1051 with Hugh the Manatee on the tail. It's an Airbus A321. This one's going to Las Vegas. We're just a couple minutes away from sunrise. Have we passed sunrise already? The sun is rising somewhere, but the overcast skies are keeping us from seeing it, seeing that glowing orb. There's that San Francisco bound United plane lining up behind this one. As our regular viewers can observe, we've got south flow going on today. Planes are taking off to the south, landing from the north. The wind coming in from the south. Wind from the south-southeast.
Departure, good day, Deer Town 51.
Parabellum Collectibles says, I don't even think we get American Airlines here. What? I thought they flew everywhere. Here's UAL Flight 790 to San Francisco, the city adjacent to the bay, as we like to call it.
Delta 439 at DFW on out to Lawrence, runway 18 left, let's take off.
Runway Lawrence, quick takeoff, 18 left, Delta 439.
That one had a long roll. And the next plane got clearance to take off even before this one left the runway. The next flight out shall be Delta. Delta it shall be, flight 439 to the City of Angels, Los Angeles.
Good morning, United 790.
Here on this Thursday morning edition of Runway DFW. This is an Airbus A320. And it's our first 20th century salute of the morning. Something we do here on Runway DFW exclusively, I think, where we jingle the planes that come in and out, which were manufactured in the last century.
At Zulu, Peter Cross, 18 left, to the Golf and ramp. JAL A350-1000 at Alpha, cross, 18 left, continue the Alpha route, center ground 0.65 on the bridge. Good morning. 439, contact departure, good morning.
Departure, good morning, Delta 439.
Jane Welshie Lady joins us. Hello, everyone. Just saw Lufty and American live at Frankfurt leave for DFW. Amazing. Hope everyone's okay. Well, I'm okay. I just checked. Everything's good. So Parabellum Collectibles says, not sure I have seen an American Airlines here in Sydney. I know we get Delta, Hawaiian, and United. I think AA used the partner arrangement into Sydney. And yes, I believe they do. Although American does fly into on a... Let's see. Where do they go? I'm trying another Australian city on a seasonal basis. Linda Kavinsky says good morning from JFK, the TWA Hotel, the home of Airline Videos Live to yesterday and today. Linda, give my best to our pals Kevin and Rudy, if he's still there. I can't remember if he's going to be still there today. And to Charlie, and to all of the AVL gang. Wish I could be there with you. Heather B. with a $5 super chat, an Australian $5 super chat. Thank you much, Walt. Wonderful as always. Oh, thank you, Heather. Sorry, we don't have much to show you this morning so far. It's been kind of dry. It'll perk up as we go through the morning. Well, just to show you something, there's an arrival, an American Eagle arrival over there on the east side of the airport. that's about all of it that we can bring to you given our limited sight lines. Hans Olav Mork, the channel member, says, good morning, Walt. I have pushed the like button. Thank you so much. Saipola says, I'm flying American Flight 4001 in about an hour. So we'll be on the lookout for Flight 4001. Now, again, we're on the east side of, we're on the west side of the airport, so we don't get to see everything that's going on at all locations, but we'll do our best to keep an eye out for Flight 4001. Let's see, what am I going to do here? I can show you. We're not in our optimal position to show you UPS planes, but there's the twin Trijets that are in the house. Tazzy and Joe's Adventure says, Walt, I have an off-topic question, if that's okay. Who controls the streaming side of K10 in the morning? They have a lot of issues. Well, I work for K10. That's a TV station.
Good morning, Envoy 3976.
And I have a peripheral. I know they've been changing up, and this is out of my dominion, the streaming for
right on Envoy 3976.
the online streaming to make it more automated. And I think there have been a few hitches, so I'll bear with us there. Ryan Paulding says, any plans to broadcast tonight for either DFW or Love Field? I do not. There's only so much of me that can go around, and so no, I won't be able to be at either place tonight. I think our next broadcast will likely be on Saturday. And stay tuned for the time and location, because I haven't looked that far ahead. At this time of year, there's a lot of grass to mow. Another one of my sideline jobs. What do we got there? American Eagle 6261 coming in from Wichita Falls, Texas after a grueling 25-minute flight. Yes, 25 minutes. That is a journey of 112 miles. There's Josh saluting our Trijets. I don't know if we'll see. I don't think we're going to be able to see any of the Trijets in action today or this morning. And once again, I have a limited time with you this morning owing to my other job. So we'll be off the air at 9. Another American Eagle plane coming in, this one from Springfield. I think Missouri. It is an Embraer 175. And our side of the airfield falls quiet once again. Shashikant Moore says, good morning. Fantastic morning here at Founders Plaza. Glad to have you with us.
Alright, cross 18 left and taxi Gulf Park with you on Boy 39.
Ricky Hernandez says, good morning. Walt and everyone from North Carolina. Cisco Kid joins us from down the road in Bedford, Texas. Morning to you. Tazzy and Joe's Adventure says looks like a fairly nice morning at DFW. It is overcast. Definitely overcast this morning. Hello. Oh, I see. It's nice to see you. My name is Walt. Good to meet you. So did you just find us, or were you viewing?
We're in lane, one right, 2540.
Okay, well, it's a very pleasant morning. I wish there were more planes right now. Oh, look what we have here going out. Speaking of planes, Martin Air.
Boy 4075, ILS 20
4075, this is down 18 right, clear left.
Airline 1, right, 4075.
So Martin Air is a cargo carrier which works in conjunction with UPS to feed packages in and out of UPS headquarters here. This particular one is going to Abilene, Texas.
Very good.
Runway heading clear for takeoff, 1 left mark, taxi to 6.
1993.
So once we get this back in sight, there it is. Off to Abilene it goes. And it will probably lift off the runway before it gets to the end of Terminal B here, I'm going to say. So a little bit of Super Cargo Master action for you in the AM. Norman Smith says good morning to me and everyone on this beautiful morning. Hello, Norman. Josh Aldrich with that Cargo Master Deluxe. Rebecca Rogers, we salute you. You live in San Antonio and work for the Northeast Independent School District as a special education assistant teacher. That is a noble profession, and our Runway DFW caps are tipped to you for providing that service to the community and to the students of that area. All right, let's see what we got here. American Flight 2540 from Omaha, Nebraska. Doesn't seem to want to come into focus. It is a very low contrast day. And what the hey? You know what happens sometimes? You've got to turn the camera off and then on again to fix a problem like that, so I'm going to try that. One reason why we have more than one camera at our disposal. Okay, I think we've got things working again.
2540 cross, runway 18 left to Whiskey Lima, taxi Golf Park with me.
Cross 18 left with Lima, Golf Park with you, American.
Mike 8 Jackson, good morning from Wichita. Brandon Rabbit with a good morning. Good to be back at work with you on the TV. Well, glad we could fill that empty space on your TV for you this morning. I'll swing this big lens around to greet American Eagle Flight 4075 from Corpus Christi, Texas. Oh no. Was an Embraer 175.
DFW Tower, runway 18 right to land 1206.
Airline 1 right, American
4075 cross 20 left to Golf 8
Brandon says, my TV is just a giant monitor with many windows, but yours is the biggest window of them all. So we'll do our best to fill that up with interesting content. Our first wide body of the day, 7879 Dreamliner from Sao Paulo, Brazil. I looked up in the sky over there and I said, that plane looks a lot bigger than these other planes we've been seeing. It's American Flight 962. And it completes a 10.5-hour journey from Brazil. 5,111 miles.
Okay, take taxi, cross 18 left, Whiskey Mountain, taxi to Park, stay with you on Golf, American 9.
It's arriving 8 minutes behind schedule. That's not too bad, really, on a flight of that length. I believe I hear another Super Cargo Master.
Cowboy 3363 is the ILS, 18 right.
Don't have this one on the radar
Right, clear to land on Boy 333.
yet.
R6655 DFW Tower to be runway 17 right, taxi via Charlie Yankee, hold short 18 right. And port 125. Wait for the Dreamliner off to your right side. Wait for
So
him.
this is not a Super Cargo Master. It's a Grand Caravan, Cessna Grand Caravan, going to Tyler, Texas.
Reno local 8 Lima Hotel, hold short of runway 18 right at the
1994.
From Garden City, Kansas, comes this American Eagle, Emperor 170.
Point tower, mark 2958, inside Johan, 20 right.
And Emperor 170. Did I say that?
Cross 18 right, cross 18 left, ground point 65, tap the brake.
I probably did. Well, from Josh Aldrich territory comes American Flight 2272 from Oklahoma City. This is a 737-800.
Tower, mark 2958, 3000 on the ILS, 20 right.
2958, DFW Founders Plaza, runway 18 right,
Clear line 20 right, American 2958. And tower, you're warning, you're in at 2776, final approach course 20 right. 20 right, clear to land, I'm running at 2776.
Jackie Redmond says good morning. Good Thursday morning, Walt. And Josh seems surprised to have a big jet from OKC. Yeah, American kind of swaps out with American Eagle to provide those flights betwixt OKC and DFW. And Gerard with a a slogan of the day. It's nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice. Thank you for that, Gerard. We must always remember that.
Okay.
I heard something about a possible go-around. The next plane coming in, American Eagle 3553 from Brownsville. This is an Emperor 175. Right behind it is an American Airbus A321neo coming in from Fresno, California.
American 1098 is ILS 20 right.
They may be a little close together, so that may be why the plane behind this
Clear land 18 right. American
may have to go around. So let's see what happens here. So that plane is touched down. It's going to get off the runway as quickly as it can. I think there's going to be plenty of time for the next flight to come in. Maybe it's slowed down a bit. There it is. So yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. Flight 2958
We're at our Benone Street for final 2776.
from Fresno.
Golf 8 Crows to 18 left, Gulf to Park with you on Boyd, this 263.
And you may notice we're only hearing more or less one side of the ATC. I have no idea why we don't get good reception of the tower side of things. And yes, I've tried different antennas and I've tried putting them higher in the sky. Just seem to be kind of in a dead zone as far as ATC reception goes. And you would think that, you know, since we can receive the cockpit side of things pretty well, why wouldn't we be able to, and they must, their transmitters can't be as powerful as the towers, so I don't know. All right.
Speed, Coyote cross 18 left, Whiskey Lima.
Another American Airlines mainline jet coming in here from Vancouver, Canada. Ending a 3.5-hour trip. 737-800. A rather dull gray morning here at the big airport. Not unpleasant. Wind at 5 knots, 6 miles an hour out of the south-southeast. 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius.
Mike Alpha, route being ground point 65, top of the break traffic. We're at 2776.
Parabellum Collectibles coming to us from the Sydney area. Have a good day, people, and enjoy the great stream. Off to bed for them. I'm glad you could spend some time with us here. Steve B says the tower antenna could be directional to this to be strongest toward the aircraft, especially with different frequencies and runways. That is a possibility. I hadn't thought about that, Steve. Thank you for that. And thank you for being a member of the channel. Joel says good Thursday morning from Euless, just a quarter mile west of the airport. This is American Flight 2326 from Des Moines, Iowa, an Airbus A319.
Out of hurry. Maybe let's turn, we may have cleared for 20 left. And the right Gulf for 5. Alpha route, ground clear 6,000. Alpha route, okay, thank you. American 1656, Cessna 80, seat to your right.
1656 tower, I want it back to the land with 1006.
1 Air clear to land, American 1656.
American Flight 2342 from San Antonio is next to arrive, a 737-800. Not many takeoffs at all so far, but a lot of landings.
Taking up the runway at 1,400 feet up.
Alright, Whiskey Lima cross 18 left, parking with you, American 2326, good morning.
And right behind that plane, an Airbus A319 from Lubbock, Texas. American Flight 1656. Well, look who's here. It's Mary Extraordinaire. Mary, you're about 2 hours away from Chatstravaganza. So hang in there.
On Whiskey Mike, Alpha route at 165 American 2342.
Chandler Sharp declares that they are leaving on Delta Flight 893 in a few minutes. We'll be on the lookout for that. And if we don't see it somehow, have a great flight. Here's the flight from Lubbock. This is a 24-year-old Airbus A319.
John 436.7, Island Center. 1 direct clear land on 436.
I was 200, taxi, removable 1019.
Local 601, DFW Garage. Level 601, taxi Charlie, Whiskey Kilo Hotel.
Flight from Lubbock, a 48-minute affair, 281 miles. And at this time, got another flight from Oklahoma, this time from Stillwater, Oklahoma.
High speed Whiskey Lima across 18 left and out route.
It's a CRJ 701ER, American Eagle Flight 6351.
Car 411 less than 5 for 18 left.
Right there. Suicide 12 right next.
Roger.
Local 200, actually we cross 18 right, cross runway 18 left, and then taxi here, golf, depart with me.
We say hello to Liberator 74 from England. Great to see you here with us. Joel is wishing me and all of our viewers a great day. Texas Weather Freak 69, good morning from my former residential city of Little Elm, Texas. Michael H. Jackson says, my brother is a captain for Envoy flying the Embraer 175 from DFW. I flew for PSA back from 04 to 08. Always fun to see the action from DFW. Now, let's see if we can get this plane in our sights. Another American Eagle E-Jet. The Big Apple of Kansas. Got what looks to be some inspection vehicles. Taking a look at runway 18 left, which may account for why there's no takeoffs going on over there. Meanwhile, another American Eagle E-Jet, this one from Abilene, Texas. Flight 3647. And I just stepped over my shoelace. Hey, we have a new member to welcome by the name of Joel, a Trijet member. And Joel, thank you so much for that. Kevin Mottershaw, haven't seen you in a bit. Good afternoon from the UK. Well, this is a surprise in my time zone. Well, you know, we're going to try to get back to some more morning streams. I know that our night streams are popular, but it's not really timed very well for our audience in the UK and the continent. I'm distracted here for a second while I tie my shoe because I tripped over my shoelace. Okay. So Kevin is coming to us from a windy Norfolk in the UK. Right, another plane on the horizon for us. Another American Eagle aircraft. This one is CRJ 701ER on approach from Amarillo, Texas. Flight 6208. More regional action for you next. American Eagle 3820 from Wichita, Kansas, and Embraer 175 is what we'll be looking at here momentarily. Old Man Knuckle, one of our channel members, says, good morning, Sir Walt. Thank you for the dedication and commitment to bring us the usually amazing shows. I promise that coming up we'll see some bigger aircraft. Let me go over the list here in a second. But in the meantime, let's get energized a little bit, shall we? Need something to get us going here. Coming to you live and in color and in Filmo sound. Exclusively, it's Runway DFW live and in color from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport as we begin our second of 3 hours from one of the world's busiest airports. My name is Walt. I'm so glad you found us and you could spend a few moments with us on this, what is a Thursday morning here in North Texas. May 29th, waking up with the jets. Looks like we've got a couple of American Airlines mainline jets over there. American Flight 707 to Seattle. That's an appropriate flight number to the home of Boeing, although it's an Airbus A321. And we also have American Flight 1429 to Fort Lauderdale, which is a 737-800.
This is Runway DFW.
In the morning.
Well, I'm always going to break away for a 757, which is what we've got coming in here from UPS. It's coming in from Little Rock, Arkansas. And we had there a 28-year-old 757-200. Supercargo Master going to Abilene, Texas. Martin Air Flight 662. Here goes American Flight 1429. It is pointing its nose toward Fort Lauderdale, Florida on a 737-800. As we welcome Flight 3047 from Albuquerque, 737-800. Our pal from the Dakotas and Quadjet channel member Steve Lundaby says, good morning all. Time to run through the shower, I think. I'll even turn on the water this time. But I'm bummer. Roderick Campbell, another channel member, with a greeting. John Lyles says, good morning. You know, you wild, wonderful aerophiles. And Mike Lake Jackson says, it was short but sweet for me this morning, Walt. Thanks for the stream. Gotta take my wife's car into the shop. Have fun, everyone. Esther Grissom, a channel member, says, good morning, Walt. Enjoying your live stream before I head to work. Well, looks like we got another American Eagle E-Jet. Just about to touch down here. This one from Killeen, Texas. Flight 4191. I'll swing right around here to capture the final taxi of this. Not the final taxi, but this is that 757 we saw come in earlier. What a nice looking plane that is. Gonna take the pole position there, I guess. Tom B. greeting us from the home of UPS, or at least the home of the Worldport in Louisville. And Ryan Paulding with a, this has to be our motto, a plane is a plane, love them all, small, medium, or large. And well, we've kind of gotten a pretty good sampling so far. Channel member Ben Rosen, hello and a good morning to me. Oh, thank you, Ben. Michael Flannery, one of our Quadjet members, says, good morning, Walton viewers. Hello, Michael. And there's Roderick Campbell. It's early enough in Newfoundland. I can imagine it's early in Texas. Well, it's after 7 o'clock in the morning. Hey, there we see another one of those smaller aircraft. Super Cargo Master. Oldest one we've seen yet.
1989.
And I hear an Airbus A220. This one is off to Seattle. Delta Flight 804. United Flight 1671. This is a MAX 9 going to Houston Intercontinental, one of United's hubs. Afraid he was going to run out of runway there. Brandon Rabbit wants to know, what's the oldest aircraft you've seen at DFW? I'm trying to remember. I know we've seen... Well, we've got a special livery for you here. It's the American Airlines Reno Air livery. And if you're not hep to it all, the American Airlines salutes its heritage by painting a number of its planes in the liveries of aircraft from its past, or that kind of feed into the family tree of what is now American Airlines. That was Flight 1095, 737-800 coming from McAllen, Texas, in the Reno Air retro livery. Roger says, jet setters on this channel, I am earthbound for now. Thanks for stopping by. M. Iceman 942 Hammer with a good morning to us all. Thank you. Lance Cole, hello Walt, great to be joining you. Every good wish from the other side of the pond. You know, Mrs. Runway DFW and I were just talking about our need to go back to the UK. It's been more than a decade since we've been there, and we really, really do miss that. So hope we can make that happen soon. Tony Ty 50. Morning from Washington, D.C. I work for American Airlines at Washington National Airport. Well, welcome. We're glad to have you with us. This is American Eagle 3549. It's an Embraer 175. It is going to Kansas City. Kansas City, here it comes. It used to be that American Eagle had a different, you know, in the previous livery, American Eagle had a different tail than the American Airlines jets, and now they're the same. Or I think they're the same. They're pretty much the same. I liked when it was a little more distinctive. But I guess I want to maintain that branding with the airline. The American Eagle had like the little eagle symbol on the tail, as I recall. And American Airlines had AA with the eagle symbol on the tail. I'm going to zoom out here to capture the arrival of this flight from Austin, Texas. Mainline flight. Oh, we got some streamers going. It is a little moist. Whoa! It's a little moist today. A little bit of a sideways lean there on arrival. Flight 579. There's almost no wind today. Very little. We're going to try to bring you here an Air Canada. Is that it? Yeah. Air Canada, I think it's a cargo plane. Coming in on the east side. Looks like it's coming way over on 17 left. Quite a distance from where we are. So that was, where is it on my radar here? Yeah, Air Canada cargo flight 7248 from Toronto. That was a 767-300. And we're going to do this, it's out of sight, but in honor of that Air Canada plane.
1989.
So yes, a 36-year-old plane coming to us from Vancouver. Not this Spirit plane. Spirit typically has pretty new aircraft. This will be flight 2354 going to Las Vegas. It's an Airbus A321. And what was I saying about new aircraft? This was new last month. So this still has that new plane smell. Josh Aldridge says the oldest plane I've seen land at OKC is American Airlines historic DC-3, which is from 1938. I don't think I've ever seen a plane that old here at DFW, Josh. But that's pretty wild. Well, we did have a Spirit plane on our poster today, didn't we? So that's appropriate. Truth in advertising. $7:30 we are expecting. Let's see if we're going to see this or not. So Jet Tip, which is one of the services we subscribe to, indicated that we might see a Cathay Pacific cargo coming in from Miami, but I don't see it on the radar right now. We will, towards the top of this hour, we hope to bring you a Japan Airlines A350-1000 arriving from Haneda in Tokyo, so hang on for that. And then about an hour from now, a little less than an hour from now, we expect Korean Air Flight 31 from Seoul. And before we leave you, we hope to bring you an Emirates 777-300 from Dubai. If everything is on schedule. On a gray Thursday morning in North Texas. Going Slightly Mad says hello. We say hello back. Scott with all caps. Good evening from Melbourne. Always happy to see our Australian friends with us. And John Kelly Grant. Good morning from beautiful San Antonio, Texas. How's the weather down there, John? It's really overcast here. Didn't see a trace of the sun coming up this morning. We'll be with you for the next 90 minutes or so. Oh, goodness, I'm tripping over my shoelaces again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 planes lining up to take off, and they may be doing a runway inspection. I see some flashing lights down towards the end of the runway, so that may account for the pause in activity here on runway 18 left. If you're just joining us, welcome to Runway DFW. We're live in Filmo sound and color too, as I tie my shoe. Going Slightly Mad has now been a member of this channel for 24 months. 2 years with DFW, yay. And I say yay back to you. And thank you for your great support over all this time. Makes me feel old that we now have a number of viewers who have been members for 24 months, 2 years or more. This is the world's slowest takeoff. Or is it going to circle around? We've seen that sometimes when planes are, there's some issue and they either have to readjust something or somebody forgot to, I don't know, but this plane is not taking off. I don't know. I've never seen that trajectory before. Yeah, it looks like it's going to circle back around on the central taxiway. But there are some ground operations vehicles prowling about. So something is afoot. So while we wait for that to happen, it looks like we are going to see the arrival of American Flight 116 coming in from Maui. This will be a 777-200. Will be another 20th century plane. But I should be seeing it in the sky. We've got the grounds crew here, tidying things up. Where's this plane? Oh, there it is. Oh, our ceiling is getting reduced here. That's what's happening. We are not seeing things as far out as we've been able to. And I think this is landing on runway, this is landing on runway 18 left. So 18 right must be closed. So we appear to be on a single runway configuration here on the west side right now. So again, this plane coming in from Maui.
$19.98.
So now the Spirit jet, that brand new one, looks like it's now moving into position to take off. So we go from a jet from the last century to one that's brand new. Brand spanking new. My crew says maybe they're checking 18 right for debris. That's entirely possible. That is a regular activity at big airports like this. Well, at any airport, but even more so at a busy airport. Could be there was a coyote sighted on the runway. All those things are within the realm of possibility. But yeah, we are getting reduced visibility compared to when we first got here this morning. It was a little hazy when we started, but I think, let's see how far up we can see this go. Yeah, that ceiling has dropped. Let's see what the METAR says here. Ceiling now down to 900 feet. And Joel says there have been several checks for debris today, this morning. Joel says low ceiling indeed. So let's see, we're going to look at an arrival here. American Flight 2612 from Denver, the Smile High City. And it has dropped to an altitude where we can see it. It's an Airbus A321, Flight 2612. Is the wind shifting here? You know, I'm seeing the wind coming from the east now. Let's see, Scott wants to know if I can get a shot of the Air Canada Cargo 767. Is that on our... Oh, okay. Yeah, it landed a few minutes ago. We saw it land from a distance. And I'm going to try to bring you a shot of that Air Canada cargo plane. There it is. We did salute that earlier. That is a 36-year-old aircraft. 767-300ER. It landed 15 minutes ago over on the east side, the far east side, over on 17 left, which is way over there. And I'm imagining this plane's going to have to be coming over here. There's a UPS 757 that just arrived a short time ago, come from San Antonio in the background there.
A
34-year-old 757 there. As you see in the background, there's construction going on for Terminal D. No, I'm sorry, Terminal F. The newest of the terminals here at DFW Airport. Another look at the Air Canada 767. We'll get back to aircraft activity here in a moment. We've got channel member and moderator Beaker and Honeydew here with a welcome. Finishing a run, we'll be in shortly. Bill Caldum checking in from the hardwoods of South Arkansas. American Eagle arriving from Corpus Christi, Texas. So a little double play there for you, landing and takeoff. And yeah, it doesn't take very long before those planes are disappearing into the clouds. American flight number 2516 is going to Tampa, Florida, 737-800, which is what you see the middle of there. Rich Turnbull, that's a very kind compliment. Of course, Jerry with Big Jet TV was kind of the godfather of all this airport live video stuff. And yes, he was one of the two broadcasters here on YouTube who really got me interested in doing this, between him and Kevin at Airline Videos Live. Going to get a little better view of that Air Canada cargo jet in just a moment here, after we watch this plane depart. So anyway, to that viewer who gave us that very nice compliment about Big Jet TV, I appreciate that. I was lucky enough to meet Jerry last year. He came here to do some members-only shows to DFW Airport. And very nice gentleman, great ambassador for aviation. Always interesting to see how people find us. Rebecca Rogers says, I found this channel as I watch LA Flight's channel as well, and this one popped up on the side. Lance Cole says, as there's no aggressive ranting on here, I fail to see how there's any similarity. Well, our personalities, Jerry and I, are not very alike, I would say. Jerry's got a very distinctive personality. I mean, he doesn't even need airplanes. He's very entertaining just on his own, Jerry is. I, on the other hand, I think I need airplanes. And as well, I need you, the viewer. So thank you for being here with us this morning, or evening or afternoon, as the case may be, per your location. So this plane is crossing over runways 18 right and left, and right behind it is, oh no, I guess right beside it is the UPS 757. And it looks like it's going to win the race between the 757 and the 767. Their ultimate destinations are different. UPS coming over this way to where its drop-off point is, and Air Canada will be making a left turn here to go to its cargo facility, which is to the south. Two venerable Boeing jets there, 757, 767. We've got another UPS plane coming in here, it's an A300. A300 coming in from Houston Intercontinental Airport. George Bush, flight 5775, an Airbus A300. And a plane from the year 2001. Another 757 coming in to park next to the one that we saw parking earlier in this broadcast. Taking the pole position. Going slightly mad, not quite satisfied. Bring on the MD-11. Well, I don't know that we've got two of them over there, but I don't think we'll be seeing them in action this morning. H. Dot said two of my favorite planes, 757 and 767. I concur. Want to get up, go ahead. I did understand my my in the year 2000 reference. Well, it looks like we've cleared out the buildup of planes that had been over on the waiting to take off. Got Alaska coming on over the bridge to launch a flight to Portland, Oregon. Right behind it, American Flight 2362 to San Diego, California. The Weird Doking says, good morning, Walt. On a break, working DFW as a fueler at Terminal E. Thank you for your channel and all you do for us. Well, thank you for being a member of this channel. Much appreciated. And for watching. Jesus Ramirez says, good morning, Walt. Just tuned in. Love your live jitter. Not sure what that said. Going slightly mad says, go old Conan with the flashlight in the year 2000. It's funnier now. I loved that bit. Conan and Andy Richter wearing capes and holding flashlights up to their faces, and the lights dimmed. And you have to, if you're not familiar with the in the year 2000 bit, it's hilarious. There's that A300, but you know, we've got another interesting plane coming in. And if you like hot dogs, yes, it's DHL coming in from Cincinnati. Look at that, stripes. Beautiful. So this DHL, operated by ABX Air, coming in from Cincinnati, flight 502.
A blast from the past, 1994.
So there you've got a 31-year-old plane as of this month. So happy birthday to this aircraft. Love that livery. Alaska Airlines. Saw this coming over the bridge a few minutes ago. It is on its way to Portland, Oregon. It is a 737-800, a 15-year-old plane. Kevin Modershaw says, Walt, how did you get on in all the storms in Texas this time? Watched Storm Chasers Texas in different areas. Got a bit battered this year. I think, well, so far, so good for us. In fact, we just got some of the storm damage from last year has finally been repaired. We had a back door that got blown in by either very high winds or a tornado around this time last year. Just got fixed. But we've had a few, limbs down and such this year, but nothing major. Knock on wood. We don't do this very often, swinging around, but because we have multiple cameras, but I thought we would just capture this. This is American Flight 2362 to San Antonio, Texas, an Airbus A321. We'll watch it disappear into the ether. Poof. All right. Quiet once again. Rebecca Rogers, time for me to go eat breakfast, but this has been fun. Catch everyone next time. Thank you, Rebecca. Wes Westbrook checking in. Hello to you. Little CRJ headed our way. This coming to us from Durango, American Eagle 6302. There's a lot of action there, and now we bring you Japan Airlines Flight 12 from Haneda, an A350-1000. We can't see it yet, but it is there. We're just kind of looking at the horizon here until we see it break through the clouds. Jesus Ramirez says, hello, Walt. I used to work at the cargo side. Love your stream. Thank you, Jesus. Now this plane should have on its fuselage the A350-1000 sticker. At least that's what's been advertised here. It's behind the wing. As I recall, it's about a 2-year-old plane. 1.5-year-old. It's 10.5-hour flight from Tokyo. Yeah, 1.5 years. It was delivered in October of 2023, and I believe that was that made its inaugural. Well, no, I think it made its inaugural flight to another destination. Japan fired up its A350-1000s, I think, to New York first. And then we started getting them here when they got enough of them from Airbus. All right, it is now. Let's see, in about 45 seconds it'll be 8 o'clock. So we're just going to go ahead and why not do our top of the hour here. Coming to you in Filmo sound. And in color, it's Runway DFW live from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport in Texas. Thanks for tuning in this morning. We've got one more hour of broadcasting to go before I have to go to my regular job or to my full-time job. We had there American Flight 3098 from San Antonio, Texas, in Airbus A319. thank you again for watching. Back to the aircraft with a CRJ 701. I believe this is coming to us from Grand Rapids. American Eagle 6312. No, I'm sorry, it was Grand Island. Grand Island. An hour and 21-minute flight. Grand Island would be in the middle of Nebraska. So there you go. A little geography lesson for you today. Hey, we've got, before we run out of time, and thank you to Alex Navarro, who is our newest subscriber, I would like to give thanks to our Runway DFW members. Shall we do that? Let's do that. Our thank you list begins, as always, with James Webb, our great channel sponsor. Thank you, James Webb, for all you do for us. Have to start this over again. That was flight 1091 coming in from El Paso, an Airbus A321neo. And yes, I'm going to start this over again because I don't want to miss our that's not what I'm looking for. Where am I looking for here? Okay, so we're going to start this list over again. So what was I saying? Oh, I was saying thank you to James Webb, who is our channel sponsor, who's been of great service to you because he provides us with a lot of the gear we use that make our programs look semi-professional. So thank you, James Webb, for that. And we will like to pay special thanks to our Quadjet channel members, whose names will be appearing now. This list prepared at, as I recall, 11 o'clock last night. So if you're a new member since then, watch for your name on an upcoming list. So here are our Quadjet channel members. The list, 10 o'clock last night. The list starts with 757 Chip. Thank you, Chip. Thank you, Airplanes FRA. To Alan J. Angela Smith. Anna the Dispatcher. Beaker and Honeydew, been with us this morning. Bev A. Bill Platt. Brian D. Chuck TXK. Cubs Win. Dwayne C. SRNs. HD Crowd, our newest Quadjet channel member, thank you to you. James Webb. John Lipman. Josh Aldrich. Kevin D. Kirby Brooks Sr., KS Avgeek, Lori M., Michael Flannery, Michelle R.S., and Michelle R.S., Mike G., we needed more music, Netgear, Only Planes Network, Patrick Wooters, Pete Nordine, Payathon, S35 Bonanza Pilot, Sarah the Real Deal, Skittles, Steve Lundby, Texas Girl, The Grinch, TNT Oh My, and Will Hutchison. Those are our Quadjet channel members. And now for the next few minutes, the names of all of our Trijet and Twinjet members will appear. Thanks to each of you for your support of Runway DFW. And thanks as always, thanks also to Buckeye Traveler for a $2, Buckeye Traveler 56, I should say, for a $2 super chat. And they say, good morning, thank you for an early view of DFW. Happy to be of service. Payathon says, do we have any Air India updates? That's always a subject of discussion here. We have a big subcontinental community here in the North Texas area, and I hear rumors all the time, but there's so far been no definitive word on Air India flying into here, but I suspect we'll see it sooner rather than later. So here's our viewpoint from DFW Founders Plaza. We've got a little less than an hour to go before we have to go. And thank you HDOT, who's upgraded their membership to Trijet. Appreciate it, HDOT, and we will have you correctly configured in our list when next we meet, which should be sometime on Saturday, I'm hoping. It's getting a little brighter here. There seems to be a little break in the clouds, but it's still pretty overcast. Bill Caldham says thanks for the chat, or thanks for the stream. My pleasure. I was just checking to see when Kevin at Airline Videos Live is going to be firing up his second of 2 streams from the TWA Hotel at JFK Airport in New York. Looks like 10 o'clock Central Time, as we were looking there at flight 2181 coming in from Silao in Mexico City. Right over there is American Flight 1304 to, where's that going to? Los Cabos in Mexico. It's in Airbus A321. Flight 2150 arriving from Minneapolis, St. Paul. 737-800. Wendy, channel member, checks in with a good afternoon. Hello, Wendy. Devin Barnes, channel member, with some various iconic representation of Runway DFW. Thank you for that. Wood Doctor says, good day to fly to Los Cabos. Yeah. American Eagle action from Torion. Flight 4027 on an Embraer 170. Torion, a city in Mexico. As we see there, a 777 headed out of the hangar, eventually to become American Airlines Flight 61 from here to Narita Airport in Tokyo. So it's headed over to Terminal D, most likely, on this rather monochromatic day at the big airport. And now, for your plane spotting enjoyment, an Airbus A319 coming in from San Luis Potosí in Mexico. Yes, everything looks kind of dull today, except for maybe the Spirit Airlines and the DHL liveries. Here's Delta Flight 1291. It's going to Salt Lake City. It's an Airbus A320. A 22-year-old aircraft. From Sioux Falls, it's an American Airlines A319. It's Flight 2968. the merch. Hazel Kitching is asking Beaker and Honeydew what my favorite plane is. I don't even know if Beaker and Honeydew knows what my favorite plane. My favorite plane is a 747. My second favorite, got to be the A340-300. I'll take any 747, but the A340-300, which, by the way, is on its way. Lufthansa flies that here, and it's on its way right now. I got an alert this morning, but regrettably we won't be here to see it arrive. As we say hello to Flight 1214 from Salt Lake City and Airbus A321. Kevin Mottershaw is calling, channel members calling this a UK-friendly stream. I like to think of it that way. I believe we've got there American Flight 1154 off to Los Angeles, California. Roaring off. It's an Airbus A321. Poof. American Flight 2341 to Querétaro, Mexico.
One left line of waiting on boy.
It's an Airbus A319.
On airplane 18 left, clear takeoff on Boeing 3867. Departure American 2341
Plane that just came in for a landing, American Flight 782 from Colorado Springs, 737-800. And thanks once again to each of our channel members on the growing list. I appreciate your support of Runway DFW. Now let's get our time back in there. John Lipman, channel member, says, Walt, thank you for showing American Flight 1214 coming in from Salt Lake City, as that is my home airport. Glad to Happy to oblige.
We'll see you at 38%.
RNFB Park, 18 left, clear for takeoff, American 1828.
White left, fly, wait on, wait 39. That's all, 48, on IDS, 1557. And right 1 airline, 31. That's all, put it on 3 you can go on speed.
Saying hello to Ramon Balderrama from East Texas. And Rich Carlisle from Indiana. Hello, Rich.
1 left, line up, way on with 3643.
So many friends of the channel here with us this morning. Now, let's see. We do have some aircraft. Well, it's getting getting even more hazy as the morning goes through. We've got.
Have a good day, American 1828.
A plane coming in from Minneapolis, St. Paul. It's going to be sun country. 737. And DFW is definitely not sun country this morning. Which is okay because if there were no clouds, we'd be staring into silhouettes of aircraft because the sun would be right over, right in front of our lens. There's a plane coming in over on the east side, and then there's another one coming in way over on runway 17 left. And it's very indistinct from this distance. Well, look at this. This is unexpected. We will have at least some taxiing action. From a UPS MD-11.
Departure 3643.
UPS flight 2751 to the World Port in Louisville is backing out there. Our view is obstructed.
Point right, clear to land on 1.2.
1996.
20th century aircraft. Scheduled to leave at 8:29, so it's right on time. We're going to peel away from that though, because we've got Korean Air Flight 31 7879 Dreamliner coming in from Seoul. What we don't know, I don't think we've seen any of the new livery here, the new Korean Air livery. Guess we'll find out here in a second. Now this looks like the old one.
Or now, only 18 left. We're surface takeoff, American 1911.
Classic.
After way 18 left,
And I do hope that Korean Air does, it'll take a while to repaint all their planes in the new livery, but I do hope they'll at least maintain a few ongoing with the classic livery. We've got some emergency vehicles now making their way around the top of the 18s here.
RNF, Lauren, let's look at takeoff, 899. Put it left on flight break, 767.
Whiskey Mike forward short, runway 18 left, coordinator 031.
American 2551, we're ready.
It's not pea soup, but yet it's getting brothy, says Mike Cruz. It is indeed. Yeah, I don't know if this is going to burn off today or if it's going to linger. Jard says now Korean Air has a new livery. Can we call the old livery retro? I guess we could, Gerard. Why not?
RNF, departure for takeoff, American 767.
I mean, it definitely, it's been looking kind of retro for a few years now.
Yeah, American 899.
And of course, a reminder that we'll be going to Korea later this year in September for some plane spotting at Incheon Airport. Maybe we'll get over to, what's that other one? I can't remember the name of the other airport in Seoul. Hang on, it'll come to me.
Runway 18 left, envoy 47.
Well, at any rate, we'll try to get to both Korean or both Seoul airports in Seoul, and maybe do some more Runway DFW at large streams. Last time we took a bullet train and did a live stream from the bullet train, which it was fun for me, and it was so interesting because one of our viewers while we were there said, "What? If only we had a speedometer to show how fast the train was going," and that was a great idea. I was able to pull out a secondary phone from my bag and call up a speedometer app. So we have the One World American Airlines livery, one of the One World American Airlines liveries. That plane is going to Vancouver, Canada, flight 1415. Yeah, we'll be here with you for about another half hour or so. As I've mentioned before, I've got to get to my full-time job.
Arnav Lamb, 17 or 18 left, clear takeoff on
I want to get up, go ahead, says it's hazy here south of Sweetwater, Texas this morning. Also, 88% humidity at 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And Mike Cruz says there's now a dense fog advisory until 10 a.m. for Dallas and Rockwall counties, which is in our general vicinity. We are just outside of Dallas County where we are. I think it's Tarrant County. There's a lot of counties around here. Well, we've got the MD-11 on the move. Once again, it's going to Louisville. And it's going to poke its nose in there from the right side of the screen. The question is, will it take off from this side of the airport? And that will be determined in the next few seconds as it makes its way. If it makes a hard left turn here, if it makes a hard left turn here, it'll be going off on the west side, but it looks as though it is on a trajectory to go to the east side for takeoff, which is not that great because it's so hazy out, we may not be able to see it take off on the east side.
Good morning, almost 35, 28, Alex.
Take off 1 left, American 520. Right, started in right, runway 21. Runway 20 left, American Airport. Go ahead, 424. PDP, 5132 direct, climbing.
Brendan J. says good morning to me and our friends. Route Doctor says the forecast calling for gradual clearing this afternoon. It is a mango smoothie for Rohit Parkal. Back after a workout. Would Dr. also have you live streamed from the Skylink? And the answer is yes, we have. It was it last year or the year before? It's on our site. We did a Runway DFW at large segment. We were leaving here for Los Angeles. I think it was in 2013. But you can check our site. It's still there. And yeah, it was. We went all the way around on the Skylink, which is the train that connects all the terminals. And it was just sunrise, and it was really beautiful, and it was kind of fun. Maybe we'll try that again on our trip to Los Angeles on September 12th.
Gulf A Shore 18 left on board 3521. Right, 190, 18 left, clear for takeoff up to 2000, ground on 424.
So this Trijet's got a pause for planes to take off from runway 18 left. Kevin says, I'm not I'm never sure why they have the idea to fade out perfectly good planes which work well and have been going for years, like the MD-11. If it's not broken, no need to fix it. Well, the problem is you've got to fix planes that are getting up in years, like this one, because things do break. And the problem then is, where do you get the parts? And they're not making new MD-11s anymore, and they're not making the parts for them. So unless you can scrounge the parts from planes which have been grounded, you're kind of out of luck. And so the parts get harder to find. And of course, used parts are used parts, and they have a limited life in themselves. So Jeff in Mass says UPS announced the end of their A300s beginning in 2027. And we did see an A300 coming in earlier this morning. There's MR Rice enjoying that view of the Trijet. We like to, as I said, we like to linger on these planes as much as we can because we're talking to the future now. And the future will not have these planes to see. So, hello, future. We say hello to Joshua LeClaire. Good morning back to you. Oh, Jeff in Mass says, my bad. UPS ending A300s by 2035. Okay. Now, I did see recently that UPS competitor FedEx is going to extend its service life of MD-11, if their MD-11 fleet, into the 2030s. So that's good.
Tower American 1261, Johan, ILS 18 right.
Regrettably, I don't think we'll be seeing any 747s today. There is one headed our way from Anchorage, an Atlas Air. It is not due here until 9:34. And that's, if we're still here, then it'll be, I'll just be finishing up things, and I will not have our cameras ready for that anymore. So regrettably, no 747s for you today. We are prepared to bring you Chatstravaganza, which is our little way of extending our broadcast just a little more as we pack up. You listen to music and chat amongst yourselves. So that's Chatstravaganza coming up to you in about 20 minutes from now.
March American 877.
Jeff in Mass 1 says, I just received my 1/200th model of the UPS MD-11 freighter. Sounds very cool.
Line up Wayne American 389.
Saying hello to Matthew Rice. Hello, Matthew. So the Trijet's still cooling its jets as planes take off on the runway in front of it. Shuttle member Francis says it's 11:35 p.m. here in Sydney. You've got Qantas Flight 7 coming in about 2 hours. The 787 and the Qantas 100 livery. I want you to take off. Well, I wish we could be here to bring that to you. Regrettably, I've got to go to work, my regular job. Listen, if I was unemployed, I'd just hang around here all day long.
34 ILS 21. Right, good land.
Good line 18 right, Coyote.
Ascending Dragon 1, the official American Airline American Eagle pilot of Runway DFW, says while there are DC-3s still flying, the older planes get more expensive and extensive the maintenance regime due to declining parts availability and the reduced amount of profitable cycles. Makes entirely great sense. Payathon, Quadjet channel member, says Emirates is 40 minutes out, and regrettably, it's a little longer than I can hang out here to bring you the live broadcast. So, Nick Ibrahim says hi. Hello to you, Nick.
Arnett the Laren, 1 is left here, takeoff 1924.
I know there are other things going on. I guess we probably shouldn't just sit on a static shot of a MD-11, should we? When we've got American Flight 1261 arriving from Kansas City, a MAX 8, right? So let's pull away for that momentarily. I know, we're here to see planes in motion.
Cross 18 left to Golf 8, contact ground on the other side, I'm looking for
Cross runway 1 is left to overground 25 on board 37.
Gunner departure American 2415.
Kevin says, hey, Walt, I don't mean to be rude, but can't remember you seeing Bill Platt gave 5 memberships, of which I was a recipient. Did I miss that? Let me double check. I did. So let me rectify that now by saying thank you so much to Bill Platt, who gifted 5 Runway DFW memberships. And I did miss, let's see, I missed something else here. I missed Drone Oki upgrading their membership to Quadjet. Thank you, Drone Oki. That's a big deal to us. And finally, the big MD-11 is on the move. Oh, wait a minute. See, I don't know if it's making a jog here or if it's going to take off. Ooh.
Fox service live weight, runway 18 left, American 1584.
Takeoff. That was worth the wait.
American 2078 on the left wing right. Good land, by your right, American 2078.
Now you see it, now you don't. Looks to be a United Airbus A319.
2751 Heavy is going departure.
Coming in from Denver, flight 1634.
$19.98.
And H-Dot, I think I saw this earlier, but if not, thank you again for upgrading your membership to Trijet.
I don't know if I'm looking for that.
Well, we're counting down the minutes to the end of this edition of Runway DFW. Getting another look here at the Reno Air livery, which we saw coming in earlier this morning. This 737-800 is going to be headed out to Ontario, California. Don't have a very snappy image this morning because of the haze in the air this morning. Man 3880 says good morning to us. Looks a little dark and gray at DFW today. It does indeed. And we say hello to Aviation Geek. And Gerard wants to know, will you be in your Starbucks office today or a regular office? Asking for a friend. I'm going to be in a Starbucks office this morning, and then I'll be headed to my home office on my lunch break. We had some streamers coming. There you go. We got some streamers coming off due to the moisture in the air. That flight coming in from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, 737-800, American Flight 2639. Maybe we'll focus on the incoming flights. We're going to see those fabulous streamers. American Flight 2078 from Denver, Colorado is next to arrive. So let's see what it's got going for us here. Always like to see some added attractions when planes come on in, come on down. I don't see any moisture wicking away from that plane. Is it only Boeing planes that do that? This UPS A300 arrived from Atlanta 13 minutes ago over on the east side of the airport. It's now taxiing over to the UPS facility just to our south. a spry 23-year-old plane.
Alright, the land 18 left, go take along with 8703.
I'll be 4119 inbound when he's ready.
From St. George, Utah.
That when he's ready.
Here comes an American Eagle CRJ. Got little tiny bugs nibbling at me. Obed Chavaria says, "Good morning, Walt. How you doing this morning?" I am well. We are, as I said, winding down. We're about 8 minutes away from me having to arbitrarily suspend this broadcast so I can go do my regular job. Well, I don't know. This is kind of my regular job. There's that Reno Air livery again. We've got a flight from Tucson arriving, an Airbus A321. Flight 2193. The A300 from Atlanta finally making its way over to the UPS Mini Worldport. Well, I'm looking at the radar for signs of anything major that we're about to miss, and I don't think there is anything coming up in the next few minutes.
Arnett Laren 18 left, clear for takeoff American 30.
You're so right, Peakman Honeydew. Brian Hayes says, thanks to me. Have a great day. Jeff in Mass 1 says, FYI, Eastern and American were the first U.S. airlines to bring Airbus into the U.S. with the A300s.
18 left, clear for takeoff, RNAV B Park, American 2081.
And I'm going to say that this is pretty much going to wrap things up for this edition of Runway DFW. I know, you're all sad and stuff, but we'll be back most likely on Saturday. So let us fire up some snappy music with which to say goodbye. Now here's a tune. It's called Successful Day. Let's see what this sounds like. Well, it sounds very Backrack-esque, doesn't it? Well, we have had a successful day. Thank you so much for joining us on Runway DFW. We do have Chat Stravaganza coming up immediately following this broadcast, and then in about an hour, well, we'll be packing up for probably 20 minutes, and then at the top of the next hour, I hope you'll switch over to our friends Kevin and Rudy and Charlie out there at the TWA Hotel in New York for their second day of broadcasting at JFK Airport. Looking forward to that, and we'll see you soon again on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again. Not working.
28 left, line, wait for 515. What's your up, whiskey plan 1 is on the clear? What sort of 1 is that on the way? Good morning, 5
One place, I pay a special thank you to our moderators who came in this morning. We had Gerard, we had, now I'm going to forget everybody. I hate when I do that. Baker and Honeydew's here. We had Bill Platt there for a while. Pittsburgh Don popped in. Josh Aldrich was here. And if I missed anybody, I forgot, but thanks to our great mods on Runway DFW.
Clear land on 18 right, American 65.
Runway at angle 18 left, clear for takeoff, course 515.
Over to Park, have a good day, American 24. We were in the weather at that.
A little too much with the Chat Stravaganza.
Stay with us all day for your favorite songs.
Course 515, switch.
What's that line left like you were going to get?
Golden memories. This is the bright blend of easy rock.
These are both Sony cameras. This is one, this one is
Right, continue 190, 18 left, servicing on 769. That's Bravo, going left. Departure, SCSI 293.
Richard 190, 1 left, quick takeoff, go.
ground for the bridge.
American 1432, ILS 1 right. Clear to land white right, American 1432.
Good morning, it's Red 2052 on the ILS for 118 right, just crossing the bridge. I just want to confirm that was 2052, I think I stepped on. Copy, cleared, land 118 right, American 20.
Yes, 375.
Hello, that's 221 on the ILS 18 right, and let's go. Copy that, you'll land right.
Coyote.
And it's with great sadness that Runway DFW must now conclude its chatstravaganza. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks to our members, our subscribers, our viewers, and especially our moderators. We'll be back soon with another edition of Runway DFW. But until then, probably Saturday. And I hope you saw that Emirates. I know that Brandon Rapid did. Thanks for watching again. I'm off to I gotta pack the rest of this stuff up. I'm off to my other job, and I'll see you soon on Runway DFW. Happy contrails to you until we meet again.
Travel arrangements for overseas acts and promotional consideration furnished by Pan American World Airways, the world's most experienced airline. Pan Am makes the going great. This is Dick Tufeld speaking.